Welcome to Unexplained Multiverse, where the line between this reality and others cease to exist. Join me as we uncover and narrate mind-bending stories and explore the mysteries that challenge our understanding of our strange and unexplained universe. Today's journey into the unexplained multiverse explores a chilling account from a ranch in Wyoming. A story where the ordinary meets the extraordinary. Picture this: a secluded barn, a strange patch of darkness, and a girl who stumbles upon something that defies all logic. What happens when reality blurs into the unknown? Let's unravel the mystery together. Now, before we dive into this mysterious tale, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit the bell icon so you never miss an episode. If you have any stories or experiences that blur the lines between reality and the unknown, leave a comment below. We'd love to hear from you. All right, now on to the story. This is going to sound completely insane, but I swear this is what happened. I'm not looking for attention or trying to pull anyone's leg. I just need to share it somewhere, and maybe someone else has experienced something similar. Here goes. I grew up on a ranch in Wyoming. It's one of those places where the sky feels endless, and the wind carries whispers from the past. My family has owned the land for generations, and it's always been a place of hard work and simple living. Nothing out of the ordinary ever really happened there. Until last summer. It was late July, and the heat was relentless. I'd spent the day fixing fences and checking on the livestock. By the time the sun began to set, I was exhausted. There's this old barn at the far end of our property, near the tree line. It's been there forever, falling apart in places, but it's got character, you know? I decided to head over there to finish up for the day. As I approached the barn, something felt off. It was a subtle thing at first, like a shift in the air. The usual sounds of crickets and distant coyote calls were gone. Everything was silent. I brushed it off as fatigue and pushed open the barn door. The hinges squeaked like they always did, but the sound seemed muted, almost like it was being swallowed by the silence. Inside, the barn was dark except for a sliver of moonlight coming through a crack in the roof. I flicked on my flashlight and began checking the stalls. That's when I noticed it. In the middle of the floor, where there should have been nothing but dust and hay, was a perfectly round patch of darkness. It wasn't just a shadow. It was like the light from my flashlight was being sucked into it, disappearing completely. I walked closer, every instinct screaming at me to turn around and leave, but I couldn't. My feet kept moving, drawn to the darkness. When I was about a foot away, I stopped and knelt down. The air around it was colder, like standing next to an open freezer. I reached out, and the moment my fingers brushed the edge, the world around me shifted. I was no longer in the barn. I was outside, but it wasn't my ranch. The sky was a deep, unnatural shade of purple, and the landscape was eerily silent. No wind, no animals, nothing. Just an expanse of barren land stretching out in all directions. I stood up, heart pounding, trying to make sense of what I was seeing. Suddenly, a sound broke the silence, a low, humming vibration. It felt like it was coming from everywhere and nowhere at once. I turned around, and there it was, another portal, identical to the one in the barn. Before I could react, I felt a hand on my shoulder. I spun around, but there was no one there, just the weight of something unseen. Panicked, I ran back toward the portal. As soon as I touched it, I was back in the barn, gasping for breath. The darkness on the floor was gone, replaced by a faint scorch mark. I stumbled out of the barn and didn't stop running until I reached the house. My parents were in the kitchen looking at me like I'd lost my mind. I tried to explain what happened, but it sounded absurd, even to me. That night, I barely slept. The next day, I went back to the barn. The scorch mark was still there, but the air felt normal again. I spent hours searching the internet, trying to find anything that could explain what I saw, but came up empty-handed. It's been almost a year and I haven't seen the portal since, but I can't shake the feeling that it's still out there, waiting. Sometimes, late at night, I think I hear that low hum just at the edge of hearing. I don't know what it was or why it appeared on my ranch. I just know that it changed everything. If anyone has any idea what this could be, I'd love to hear it. Thank you for joining us on this journey into the weird and unexplained. If you enjoyed this story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And remember, keep your eyes open and your mind sharp, because the next story might just be your own.